Alrighty, everybody, welcome in this is Time the World. I know it's been a while, but have some nerdy stuff I want to talk about. Pretty much, still in Texas, of course. That's why I'm still here, and this background's kind of bland. Things will change eventually, but I want to get into talking about a show, an anime I've been watching lately. Because I haven't watched it yet. I knew it was over for a while, and I wanted to check into with it. So I wanted to give my actual full review of episodes 1 through 7 so far of what I've been watching. So I'm gonna wait to say it, but let's get into it. Alright, so I have been watching Boruto from episodes 1 through 7 so far. The reason I started watching this is because I had watched Naruto and Naruto Shippuden in the past. And after watching them, the first time I went directly into this. Now, back then, after I had finished Naruto Shippuden, I was a little bit exhausted of anime. I was burnt out. I didn't feel like watching anything, so I was just like, I'm probably not gonna watch that. I just kind of like wasn't feeling anime anymore at that point in time. So I kind of just like the last major thing I watched was Attack on Titan, and I read through all the manga, and that was it. And what inspired me to get back into watching anime, and this is a little bit of my backstory as to why it took me so long to watch, was because a lot of things have been going on in my life. And I didn't really feel like watching anime for a while. It happens with everything in life. When I say video games, everything you're doing in life, you'll eventually get burned out of it if you go through it straight. If you go through it excessively and you keep doing it over and over and over, you'll get burned out of it. So just remember that. But yeah, you know, I sat there and thought about it the past like for a couple days with myself as I'm like doing a comic book. You guys know I'm doing a comic book outside of this, and I'm reading through the Bible. And I sit there and I'm having this discussion of how Naruto and Naruto Shippuden actually teaches biblical things, but in a different manner than the Bible does. Now, the Bible teaches a lot of very, very dark, tough topics to teach. Naruto did that in a way that the Bible is obviously not a show. Naruto was a show, and it taught that there's very similar lessons in anime form, which was great. That's why I really, really enjoyed the show. And I will say to this day, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, they teach us lessons that most animes would not. So, right now, where I'm at with Boruto, I'm on episode 7 so far, and I just want to talk about the beginning of it and how I felt about it. So, um, I like it so far for what it is. It has a sense of humor to it. It has them, goofing off and all that. So in Naruto, they goofed off in the beginning. They showed all the characters and how they were and then built them up from there. Like kind of gave them personality and all that. Like you watched them grow up over time. Pretty awesome stuff if you ask me. Now, Boruto does that same exact thing, but I didn't get too far into this yet, but I'm watching the characters grow right in front of my very eyes, and I see their personality show and who they are. And a lot of the characters are just their parents got together and they had young versions that look like the parents together. Of course, that's how, you have a kid, your parent's gonna look like you and the other person that you've had a kid with, more or less one side than the other. So, but yeah, it just basically Boruto is kind of very much like his father from the very beginning. Now, whatever happens to Boruto later on down the line, uh, I don't know yet because the first time I watched it, I didn't watch that far, but I'm enjoying what I see so far. Has everybody there and their personalities are there. It's the only thing I think is weird is how they all ended up in like the same class, like the same exact class around the same age and all that. It's just entirely weird. Uh, but so far so good. You see some of the older characters show up. You see Naruto glances at him and his Hokage job and how he feels about it, how he's just worn out. You see Hinata, they're married happily together and they have two children. They have Boruto and I can't think of the other girl's name yet, but his sister looks like Hinata with, very similar to Hinata, and the son looks like Naruto. Um, so you learn that Boruto has this like power about him where he can see, I want to say demons so far from what I learned, and it's the Bakugan, but it helps him to see, I guess, demons. And you know, um, throughout this so far, it's it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it again. There's a lot to it I have questions about. I know some of it already. I know some of the characters and what happens to a certain point, but after beyond that point, I didn't watch the whole thing. But I just want to sit here and talk about how great, the opening, how great the past few episodes are and all that. It really is Naruto the Next Generation, like the image says. So it is everybody that was in the Jonin before back in Naruto and that grew up around Naruto. Everybody is there again, and the personalities are there, and just these, it's gonna be really cool to see how their kids grow up and how their kids form and shape and all that, and all the great stories that go along the way at the Hidden Leaf Village, because there's always tragedy in the Hidden Leaf Village, whether we like it or not. So, and you know, uh, I heard a lot of stuff that's gonna happen later on down the line, but I don't know about all of it yet. So, again, for the first 7 episodes, we got Boruto and his personality. You just see all the personalities of people, and then you see that some of the students from the Jonin before back in Naruto didn't actually have kids, but they became teachers and you'll see all these familiar faces once you start watching it if you haven't watched it yet. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm watching it subtitled, not dubbed, because you know I'm watching it on Crunchyroll for free, which leads me to I have to watch it with subtitles. So sometimes, when they say something, I'll miss a slight detail, but I always get caught up back to what the story's about and all that. So but yeah, that's about it. I think I got everything out of the way so far, what I want to talk about for this. I'll be back with another one of these like next week, telling you more about how I feel about everything and where I'm at with the story. But so far, I'm on like, I'm about to start episode 8 today. So from here on out, I'll talk about it from there. So, um, but yeah, pretty good show so far. And all right, that does it for me. But yeah, I'm enjoying the show so far. I am going to be keep reviewing it for you guys. You know, I watched, and like I said, I watched Naruto Shippuden from beginning to end, and it was totally worth it. Now, I will say this: those of you out there that are comparing Dragon Ball to Naruto, they're really comparing it for fighting. Okay, so Naruto teaches a lot more of the tougher lessons in life that, like events that happen, how to handle them and stuff like that. Dragon Ball doesn't teach us that, and that's why I think I like Naruto better than I like Dragon Ball. And Goku can kick Naruto's ass all he wants, but the reality of the truth is the story's told in a much adult manner than it is in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is just like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna mess you up because I'm stronger than you. And that's not what Naruto's about. Naruto's about teaching us lessons and growing as people and all that. So, but yeah, I suggest checking it out if you haven't checked it out yet. Watch, Naruto and then Naruto Shippuden from beginning to end. You'll learn exactly why, people like that show. But with that said, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day. If you like that, hit the like button, um, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with more of my review on Boruto. Take it easy.